Hey everyone, He Said, She Said, episode 5. So, I'm gonna let you introduce us today.
Oh, come on, I did not know I was doing this.
Why are we qualified to do this?
All right, so hi, I'm Dr. J, this is Dr. Whitney. We have been married for 15 years and I haven't killed her yet. We are dedicated healthcare professionals. We own and operate with our business partners, the Chiropractic or the Wellness Connection here in O'Fallon, Missouri. We are passionate about health and well-being, dedicating better part of 20 years of our life to either studying, applying, not only for patients, but also for ourselves. As Whitney likes to say, the struggle is real. I like to say that often because it is real. We are going through the same challenges as all of you out there as moms and dads, trying to live a friggin' busy, hectic life and have some resemblance of a marriage, as well as finding the time and space to take care of ourselves. This is not easy. And we go through the same challenges. And I think that we're qualified because mainly because we've gone through the struggles and we're very open with them, as well as we've found some tips, some strategies, some tactics, some habits that work. And we're open with the ones that don't work as well. So yes. I think that's why we're qualified.
There are so many times I remember thinking, being on the 4th baby, working, trying to get all the other kids to the places they need to go and trying to have a relationship. I remember thinking, God, why is this so hard? Like ultimately,
because it is.
Like you want us to be married, right? Like we're married, we have children, we're doing the right things, yet having a marriage through all this is tough. Like it's really, really tough. So this spawned He Said, She Said. So what it is each week is one of us puts the other one in the hot seat, meaning we have a question, impromptu, not rehearsed. I mean, this may have been a topic that came up in our week, so we know, that's going to be the question. So today I'm putting Jay in the hot seat. I am asking him the question first, and then I will answer second. So the question today is based on a book called The 5 Love Languages. Have you read it? If not, it's a great stocking stuffer. It's by Gary Chapman. And I'm going to read off the 5 love languages. And then my question to Jay is, what is my love language? And we've talked about this. We've thrown this around over the years. We have read this book, but it's been a long time since we've brought this up together. And then what is the most recent thing that you can remember in the past 2 weeks that you've done to honor my love language? And then I will answer the question. Okay. So the 5 love languages are words of affirmation. You mean you love to be told great things. Quality time. You love spending quality time with your loved ones. Receiving gifts. I always said this was gifts. No, it's actually you receive the gifts. Physical touch and acts of service. All right, so what is mine?
Acts of service. Well, we kind of know this because we've talked about this in the past, but I'd say acts of service, and I'm guessing gifts.
Yeah, so what's my number one though? Like that's the one that just sings to me.
If I clean the kitchen, it's like gold.
Yes. So yeah, acts of service. So what's the one thing you've done in the past couple weeks that you remember that would be?
Clean the kitchen? All I can think of right now is like Thanksgiving, like cleaning the entire when the whole kitchen, Kevy and I cleaned the entire kitchen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, that filled my love bank. Like I was
That was
so
more 2
happy.
weeks ago though.
Yeah, it was more than 2 weeks ago.
Right.
So the point.
See how long that lasts?
Oh my gosh, we've known this book for like a decade and
hilarious.
talked about it, and we'll joke around. What's your love language? But that's it. So I know that you have a top 2.
So what's my love language?
Right, is words of affirmations.
For sure.
Now, what's tricky about this is that's the way he will try to give me love all of the time, or people that he loves, is words of affirmation, praise. Any of you who know Dr. J, it's like tons of words of affirmation. But that's actually what he likes to receive. So I will go around fixing things for him, doing things for him, cleaning up, running errands, all these things that I think are serving him, but it's really just words of affirmation. So I can tell you that I have sucked at this like the past couple of weeks. There's a little thing that we've done, and we'll get into this later with Date Your Wife Again. But
you sucked at it.
Yes, I have, and I'll tell you why. Because you have sent me some awesome texts like the past 2-3 weeks, tons of words of affirmation. And I found myself for a week or so just giving a thumbs up, a heart. Like, I'm too busy to respond to this, so I'm just going to let him know I read it, right?
All right, that's fair.
And so what I've focused on the past week is like responding back to you with words of affirmation, like giving you some praise while you're giving me some praise. So I know that words of affirmation is important to him. So for me, I was conscious in the past week of actually responding to a text in his love language instead of a thumbs up.
Yeah. Hey, this made me think of something. Just as we're working personally, like again, just to be open, working on ways we can better communicate to our kids. Those of you who have children that are turned into teenagers who maybe are out of the house, you already have gone through this, so you know. But this is new for us because we have a 15-year-old now and our kids are getting older. So how you communicate, how we communicated to them in the past doesn't serve us in the present. So we're learning new ways of, her and I are talking about, all right, here's what's going on with this kid. How do we got to change our game? I don't know if we can do it right now, but I think maybe in future episodes, this same thing would apply to your kiddos. Like, what's their love language? Can you figure out, if I'm a words of affirmation guy, which I am, and I'm like peppering my daughter with like words of affirmation, but she is probably quality time.
Right.
Is that right?
Yeah. You learn.
So anyway,
it takes them a while.
She doesn't get it, and
it.
she's like, she ignores the text or gives a thumbs up, and I'm like, what the heck? Like that was awesome, and then she didn't get it. But
she's not going to care what his love language is.
Right. So I realized this not only carries over the spouse, but definitely for the kids, and especially as they continue to go through different levels of stages of growth and maturity. Because they're going to have new challenges as we're seeing, and we've got to be able to have that lines of communication open with them. So this is a good topic, but also not just for spouses, but for kiddos too.
So takeaways. He said, she said, episode 5, all about the 5 love languages. If you haven't read it, go out and get it. It's a great couples book. Learn what your top number 1 love language is. Ask each other these questions, figure out what you've done to honor it. And if you haven't at all, start the journey. Like, it's fun, and just be conscious of it. It's like building the bank up, building the trust bank up. Like, one little thing a week. It doesn't have to be every day, but just being conscious of it. I definitely think it helps the communication because you're communicating like on that person's highest level. So
hey, real quick before we go, again, first and foremost, I want to let everyone know, have a wonderful and amazing Christmas and New Year. God bless all of you and your families. Hopefully you can take lessons learned from this year and on some level apply it in a positive spin moving forward into 2021. We also will be having a detox health related challenge starting in early January. It won't be intense. It's not going to be like you're going to have to work out so hard you're going to drop to the ground. But it's going to be a cool challenge that we need to put some thinking around that will just get your bodies moving. It'll get your bodies, detoxified and refreshed as going into the new year, as well as looking for ways to spark something between your relationships.
Doing it together and adding that relationship aspect.
So keep an eye open. We'll have more details to follow.
Merry Christmas. Have a blessed week.
God bless, guys.